Hello, hello, peoples from the USA and Canada, Alaska and Scotland, England, United Kingdom, Netherlands, France, Австрия, Germany and Czech Republic. Не входящих русские, гетто, Холокост, геноцид, страны. Индийско-китайские страны, остальные страны, где живут русские подонки и суки. И черножопые суки и подонки с их пиздосранками и гондонами, суками и кобелями. Русские гетто, Холокост, геноцид стран — это Россия, СССР, СНГ, Болгария и захваченная ими Прибалтика, где русские подонки и суки и черножопые суки и подонки с их пиздосранками и гондонами, суками и кобелями устроили геноцид мне, пытая аппаратурой и мент-контроль аппаратурой и применяя все формы принуждения, насилия, террора, рабства, насильно удерживая на территории фашистской страны России, не давая мне осуществить мою эмиграцию и уезд в Австрию, Германию, Нидерланды, Чехию, Францию, Шотландию, Англию, Америку, Канаду или Аляску, куда я собираюсь, насильно удерживая на территории фашистской страны России и пытая аппаратурой и мент-контроль аппаратурой и принуждая находиться среди подонков и сук, и их пиздосранок, и гондонов, сук, и кобелей, русских подонков и сук, и их пиздосранок, и гондонов, сук, и кобелей. Hello, hello, people from the USA and Canada, Alaska and Scotland, England, United Kingdom, Netherlands, France, Austria, Germany and Czech Republic. And hello, hello, Joy and Laura and Angela and Joe and Kirsten and York and the white people's race from these countries is where I want to live. Hello, hello, Joy, today is the 27th of October 2025 with this year. This is the real date and time at this moment. Today is a Monday looking for. Looking for joy. And два people сраз. From the USA and America, Canada, Alaska and Scotland. England, United Kingdom, Netherlands, France. Австрия, Germany and Czech Republic. Они опять сегодня так воздействуют, русские подонки, суки. И их пиздосранки, и гондоны, суки. И кобели. И делают так, что не работает интернет. На всех смартфонах и на планшете. Они опять сегодня так воздействуют, русские подонки и суки. И их пиздосранки, и гондоны, сучки. И кобели, looking for.
Why did you hide Jeanette? Unhide Jeanette. What's going on? Unhide food. But yeah, I refuse to have any kind of junk food or snack because I have no discipline. I'll eat one cookie. I'll close up the box or the package, and then I'll go back and I'll eat like 2 or 3 more, and then 10 minutes later I'll go back and eat the next row. So I'd rather just not have it. Well, I'm probably going to Avenue. I think I'm going all the way to Bathurst. Probably head down to Yorkville. But this is a cappuccino. It's much appreciated. The long afternoon. Liam's gonna walk with us for a little bit. That says Pepsi Zero Sugar. Yeah, I like to get my caffeine that way. There's a place, Gorilla Burger. I've never tried that. Temperature as shown. I think it's about 8 or 9 degrees. It's pretty nice. I think it says the medical condition I have is called seafood diet. Use seafood and enjoy. I have surprisingly good discipline at the grocery store. I just have terrible discipline in my kitchen. What was it? What did the message say? What did it say? Johnny, you have an inner fat kid? There's nothing wrong with that comment. I don't know. I don't like telling people what they can say. I think that's fine.
cooking this like on for cheeseburger from McDonald's. I don't know. It's poison. It's психопрепарат с гормоном poison. Is all foods and drinks. What I was to buy at the last week in magazines and McDonald's. I don't know. It's психопрепарат с гормоном poison. These foods and drinks are without for ingredients in these dishes and drinks. What I will be to eat looking for. I will be to eating it looking for. Don't know what to consisted. What I will be to eaten. Из психопрепарат с гормон and poison without. I will be to eaten it. At this moment like a war. This cheeseburger from McDonald's. Apples, pizzas. Salad fast food. With commit subproducts. And sauces from McDonald's. And tea without sugar. With taste of chemical strawberry.
speaking of enforcement, apparently the TTC, why is that Jeep so far out, is going to be randomly spot checking buses now. It used to be pretty much the only place that the enforcement inspectors would show up are the streetcars. And sometimes they would sit at like Spadina station and check everyone unloading from the streetcar. But there's a lot of people you'll notice who get on the bus middle doors and they don't tap.
But they don't have the Spadina streetcars anymore.
They're supposed to come back this weekend.
They're coming back. They come back in July.
Mr. Naor says hello from Israel. They delayed them to July?
Yeah, July, June-ish.
They were supposed to come back in December.
No, they're supposed to come in March.
Well, originally December.
Legit, they're coming right before. They're coming back before. No, before the agreement in July comes out. The agreement comes out in September, right? When in September?
Avenue Cigars, the Cat's Meow. Oh, apparently I saw them installing the barriers on Front Street in front of Union Station. They're putting blocks like this in front, replacing the barriers like this after the van attack in North York. They put up some ugly barriers to protect pedestrians along Union, and there was a plan to put something more permanent and more aesthetic in, and it looks like they're finally getting around to it. I'll check that out tomorrow when I go for a walk around Comic-Con.
Yeah, I think Henry's going to Comic-Con tomorrow too. I won't be there, I will.
So we are almost at Davenport. Splitting two well-known neighborhoods. On the right, the Annex. On the left, Yorkville. And sadly, there's a ghost bike at this intersection. Not surprising, though. And there's two more ghost bikes just south of here. And some people call these accidents, but really they're vehicular manslaughter in most of the cases. Every investing step counts. Get started with a TD Goal Builder conversation. I'll pass on that. These are the two hoods Lisa spends the most time in. I remember during like the big trucker protest, this whole area was just full of trucks and people and horns honking. It was nuts.
We have bike stopped in the lane. What that was close.
Yeah, I have all the sympathy in the world for cyclists, except when they do stupid shit. I mean, you still gotta ride safe. There's Sato. And what used to be Spuntini. They never built something where it burnt down. That was a solid Italian restaurant. Gaxray. Presentation Center, now open by appointment, the Wembley. Hey, Jeff Lepard is here, big ups. What's up, Jeff from Travel Fund 69er. Greetings, Jeff. Welcome to the stream. I've seen you doing some Uber Eats live streaming. on your various channels. Beers and Cheers. You've got Beers and Cheers 2. You've got Travel Fund 69 and 50 million other channels.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Jeff Goes Live. You can check him out. I ran into him a few times overseas and a few times in this city. We still have to do some bowling on a live stream.
Oh, guys, I love.
We'll do some bowling for beers. Huge thanks to everyone for tuning in. Yeah, Jeff, I think I'll be doing the parade this year. I've done it, I think, the last 3 years. Had a good turnout viewer-wise. Lisa says, shout out to the person who just left me a long voicemail of nothing. I get those. Anytime I get a voicemail, there's a 50% chance it's someone telling me I have a DHL or FedEx shipment or Amazon and then a whole bunch of Chinese, or it's just blank. I feel like just canceling my voicemail. It's an actual emergency. You just call me 2 or 3 times, and I would see missed call 3 times, and you would send a text. Just opening up and getting it to your voicemail is so annoying. I wish Apple would be courageous. Just take voicemail off the iPhone. We got rid of a whole bunch of other stuff. Truck that had Rivian on it. Kind of funny. Utterly free. I don't think Liam meant to. Lisa says the worst is that Rogers sends a fucking text for each voicemail. Logo on your icon on your notification bar. Swipe it to the right to make it go away, and then it just shows back up again until you listen to the damn voicemail. I just go into my voicemail and press 7 as soon as it starts playing. I don't even listen.
Christianity.
Oh, that's sad. I never know what the right words are to say. I think less is more sometimes.
This local war.
As we
This
walk along
chocolate.
Brookville Avenue, it's the Four
Five.
Seasons.
То
And a pretty
все.
nice new condo beside it in the center of the screen.
То все.
Hey, the Chibo in Midtown closed, the one at Young and Eglinton near where I live. You know what? With Grazi and Sip Wine Bar and La Vecchia and Stock, it was like the 5th or 6th best option in the area, and it was just as expensive as any of them. And it was always huge and half full. It was okay, but I could have seen that coming. There's someone in their car with a parking ticket on the windshield. This is Yorkville Village. Where people don't know how stop signs work, apparently. Old York Lane on the right. Can you pronounce that name there? Bruno
No, I'm not even gonna try. It's probably
Bruno Cucinelli?
Yeah,
Is that it? Is it Cucinelli? Cucinelli?
Italian name.
Store I will never shop at. Over the Rainbow used to be over there. I used to work in that plaza. Back when I was in university, I had a job at a tele-research center. That's a fancy way of saying we would call you and ask you political surveys. I remember just spending many a night in there calling people, and they would think that we were telemarketers, and it's no. This is about an upcoming election.
I know this one, Chanel.
Yeah, Chanel. That's what I did in university. I also worked at a supermarket. And I had a fast food job. I think I spent more time working than I did in school. But one of the cool things about Canada is university is not extremely expensive. I was able to pay for all my books, all my tuition, and all my expenses just working jobs like that while I was studying. Meanwhile, people in the States end up with like $40,000, $50,000 a year tuition for the same quality of education. Then there's people in Europe saying, I didn't pay anything. And it's like, okay, maybe we're not the best at that post-secondary thing, but it's pretty good up here. There's look south down Belair Street towards Bloor. This says Renton Flows. Is that the diner coming up on the left? That was here? There's an escape room on the left here that I've been to before. Oh, it doesn't look open. Real life gaming. Maybe it is open. Exit Yorkville. I've done a few in there. There's Flo's Diner. BDT says some countries in Europe not only is post-secondary free, you sometimes can get paid to go. I've had friends that have studied in Europe and they somehow qualified for not paying. Jeff says my tuition was about $5,000 a year. Throw in another maybe $1,500 or so in books. I always bought old editions that they said not to buy from the used bookstore. They're basically the same thing. The professor would say, read this section, so I would read that section from my outdated book. And maybe like 2 words were different. They're just trying to sell new stuff and make money off of it. That whole thing's a scam. University textbooks should just come as a PDF. You put on like your tablet or computer and just do it that way. As we head south down towards Bloor Street. All right, Clayton, thanks for tuning in. We won't be streaming too much longer. My dumbass self was late to get started because I left my gimbal at home. At least it's back in 1987. I graduated, I was a class of 99 in high school. I did my 4 years of university in 3.5. I just didn't take any breaks or anything. I just put my head down and plowed through it. While working a bunch of jobs and driving a shitty car. That's all part of growing up. Jellybean says the worst is when the professor wrote the book. Yeah, one of my econ professors wrote the book. I think his name was Anthony, it was something Cohen. And his new edition, he made sure everyone bought. And being the stubborn asshole that I am, I bought one that was like 2 editions ago. And one time he saw it on my desk and said, I shouldn't be seeing that. And I was like, it's exactly the same as your new edition. What has changed in the world of economics in 4 years? That is such a racket. If I wasn't doing a live, would I still walk to dinner? I don't know. Oh, hello. Oh, friendly viewer. So I went to the Pilot the other night. That's one of the more low-key or more regularly priced places in Yorkville. Pilot and Hemingway's are the 2 places I go to the most there. Cam says Seth Cohen. I don't know if it was Seth Cohen. Maybe it wasn't Cohen. He had like a red beard. And this was like 2002 or 2001. And all his lessons were just PowerPoints he would play. And he would stand there talking, and it was so hard to be engaged. He was like my micro econ teacher. My macro econ teacher was awesome. Every single class, he just started with like a blank sheet on the projector and did it all with like a Sharpie. That might seem old tech, but it was so much more engaging to take notes off of someone who was doing it in front of you. All your rise over run and all that stuff. There's Aloe. That used to be the Gap. Lisa says Hemingway's has an amazing Fiesta Bowl. You highly recommend.
You're asking what gimbal you use.
Who is asking?
Don't use, go to the shops.
Oh, this is a InstaFlow 2 Pro. My favorite gimbal, I would say. Lisa says, econ anything and you're mentally out. Hey, I learned a few things. I remember learning specifically things that are relevant today. I remember learning if a country has a trade deficit, they are not subsidizing another country. And that trade deficits aren't inherently good or bad, especially in a global economy. There's a certain orange orangutan who doesn't seem to understand that very basic concept. Sorry, US, but you do not subsidize Canada in any way, shape, or form. But the idiot down south makes it seem like we only exist because of them. take away our cheap oil and gas we sell you. We spent more money on you than you spend on us. You don't hear him talk about that. Anyways, there's Holt Renfrew on the left. And despite what he says, a tariff is very much a tax on the importing country, paid for by the end consumer. Lisa says, am I trying to lose you here because it's working? Well, we're nearing the end anyways. I started getting all these flashbacks of being in a big lecture room learning economics. How long does your battery last on the gimbal? The gimbal, I think, will last about 2 hours. My phone will last, streaming in 4K 60. I've got 25% battery left, and we're an hour and 23 in, so you can do the math on that. I get way less battery life on the 4K 60, but I can plug the phone into the gimbal, and I can plug the battery pack into the gimbal. Alicia Lewis, $5. Happy Friday, Johnny. Alicia Lewis, thank you so much for the $5. What is this? Tracking dock locating my accessory. Nemo's Vlogs, $2. Thank you for the sympathies and love for me. Nemo's Vlogs, thank you for $2. And sorry to hear about your grandmother. This is very sad news. Thank you, Alicia Lewis and Nemo's Vlogs. And there is Liam, Epic Nation HD. Got us a Starbucks. Monker asks, am I a fan of free healthcare? Yes, to an extent. I think there's certain basic necessities that every single person should be provided. There are absolutely no Should we get the notification? Yeah, try clicking the bell off and on. That might do it.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, maybe we open YouTube apps.
We are back to youngster. Yeah. I'm sub to a lot of channels, but I don't always get notifications. A lot of people say they get, or they stop getting notifications. We're just going to go another block or so, and I think I'll wrap this up. Yeah, I turned off my...
This coffee is milk and sugar. Milk and
Just a guess. Michelle says hello, just as we're about to say goodbye. On that note, I want to thank everyone for tuning in. I want to thank our mods, Estelle, Madano, Vivian, Marge, Canadian Vasily, Epic National HD. Sorry if I missed any other mods, but thank you so much, channel members, Patreon supporters. Tomorrow morning there'll be a video on the channel, 9 a.m. EST. Sunday morning there'll be another live stream. And Monday morning, probably a video walking around Comic-Con. Got something in my throat. I've got a bubbly in my backpack waiting for me, and a Starbucks. I'll have to. What is that? A croissant?
Yeah.
We'll have that. That'll be my dessert tonight. I want to thank everyone so much for watching in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell, and all that fun stuff. And there will be a different video over on the Johnny Stumbles channel early next week that I was working on today. Michelle says, "Lol, bye Johnny, been watching the whole time while cleaning." All right, Liam, it's time to say goodnight. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great weekend. Yoink.
Straight now, will be smoking. To finished smoking.
LA says I did groceries today. Shelves have stickers with Canada flags empty. And all the USA and Mexico products left on the shelves. A lot of our produce comes from Mexico, especially in the winter. There's nothing wrong with supporting them out. Supporting them out? Is that good English? Woke up. Rolled out of bed. I worked out. I watched the new Prime Minister get sworn in. There's a bit of a shuffle with the cabinet ministers. I got cracking on my quote-unquote special projects. I recorded it, so that video should be on the other channel Monday or Tuesday. And tomorrow will be the first bike ride
It was been
I've done.
is everyday video message number one of this prison's day.
So I ever consider being a tour
for
guide, not just on YouTube? I don't really consider
How
myself a
please
tour
me
guide.
join
As
to
much as
relax
I am a guy who
immigration
walks around
this
and complains
prison
about shit, but
Russian zone
I
in
haven't- I've
ones
had
of
people
countries
contact me
where we want to live. Help me please
and ask me
join
to take them around.
and
often.
let people
I
thrust
politely declined.
from this countries
There's
where we
one
want
major
to live
organization that reached out.
to relax
wanted me to be part of one
immigration
of their
this
programs.
prison Russian zone in ones of countries is where
I
we
wouldn't have
want
been
to
employed
live.
by them. It really just would have been like being subcontracted.
It was the everyday video message number one of this prison day. Looking
So
for
the chode says,
prison's
I saw
day.
him get sworn in. You watched it on your iPad.